Hey guys, it's Miss Allen. So today we're going to do our review on the Picasso. So I hope you've been going on to Shobi because that's where the pages are for 140 to 149, which talks about Picasso, the famous artist. And then on there I took pictures and downloaded the notes, the vocabulary words, plus the definitions. And today we're going to review for the test. Okay, guys? So hopefully you got your notes. And if you didn't, you need to go on to Shobi because you can download them or you can write them because they're there. Also, I gave you this sheet, which is the vocabulary. Has the vocabulary words. Okay. Also on there is a Picasso vocabulary worksheet. Okay, it's front and back. And if you don't have a back, don't worry about it. Just do the front. Because for some reason, I'm not sure what happened. Some people got the front and the back, and then some people only got the front. So I am not going crazy over that one. Okay, guys? So also I gave notes, which I discussed what the setting of the story was, what the moral of the story was, who was Picasso, and then how old he was when he died. We talked about all of these things. So first let's go over it. It goes, so what was the setting of the story? Okay, well, it takes place in Spain, starts in Spain in 1881. And if you want to get technical, Malaga, Spain, 1881, and that is when Picasso was born. He died in 1973, and he was in France. Okay, so that is the setting of the story. It starts in Spain in 1881, and it ends in France in 1973, where Picasso died. He was 92 when he died. The moral of the story is to always use your imagination and never to be afraid to try something new and different because you never know where it will lead. Who is Picasso? A famous artist, but he's also the character of the story. He's the main character. That's who we talked about. The genre of the story. This is a bonus question. It's worth 8 points if you can spell it right. Expository text. Expository, E-X-P-O-S-I-T-O-R-Y. To get the total 8-point bonus, you have to be able to spell that word correctly. So, spell it correctly. It's worth 8 points. If you don't, it's only worth 3. Okay? All right, guys. All right. So, I've already talked about, I believe correctly, is that Picasso was born in Spain. You have to know that, born in Spain. When did he die? What year did he die in? You have to know that. In the article that you read, it's kind of interesting how old Picasso was when he did the portrait of his mother. You might want to know that one. And also Picasso painted his feelings depending on where he was in his life. They have a rose period. They call it the rose period that Picasso had. He painted happier things during this time because, well, he was in love. When he was alone or sad or feeling depressed, he used always a lot of blue. So whenever you see a lot of blues in his work, you're always going to know that apparently he was going through some kind of upheaval in his life or he was depressed. He created a new form of painting. Like when he first started, when you see the portrait of his mother, he painted very traditionally. You knew exactly what. But then he created a new style. It was called Cubism, where basically everything is painted in these different kind of squares and rectangle cubes. And it looks kind of mashed together. My best thing is, say, like, take a picture, cut it almost like a puzzle in all different sizes and shapes of squares and rectangles. And then kind of mix it up and make a mishmash of stuff. And, well, there you go. You have Picasso's Cubism. I'm not a favorite of it, but, hey, it's worth millions, so apparently a lot of people do. But that's my personal take. And art is subjective, right? It's what you like. It's what you see. I preferred it when he painted more traditionally, and that's me. When he first came out with the Cubism, when he came out with this new form of painting that he was doing, you need to know if other people liked it or not. So go back and find that. Okay, that's important. And it says, how did Picasso change Cubism as time went on? We also talked about that, and I keep saying so I'm very sorry, but I'm not starting the recorder. So figure out what he changed about Cubism. As time went on, how did it develop? And then the biggest question is, what made Picasso such an incredible, great artist? Because even though I'm not a fan of the Cubist part that he did of his career, I still think he's a fabulous artist, and you need to know why he is considered one of the greats. All right, guys? So basically, I did a rundown through the test. So you can go back and watch this a couple of times, look through your notes that I gave you, look over the story, and the answers are all there, guys. It's really super duper easy story, and it's going to be a super easy test tomorrow. Okay, guys? All right, until then, I'll see you later. Bye.